Are you listening?
Welcome back to the Nerf Report. My name is Bryant, and today let's talk about Google Stadia and how a bunch of new games just got announced as coming to the service, which shouldn't really be surprising to anyone, as back in November, Stadia's Jack Buser told Mobile Syrup that the company currently has a roadmap of 400 games in development from 200 different studios. And as we find ourselves in the second month of 2021, we have some pretty exciting video games coming to Google Stadia. So let's dive into the first game that is currently listed by the ESRB rating boards, and that is Blue Fire from Roby Studios and Graffiti Games. Blue Fire will allow players to explore mystical temples, take on strange quests to collect valuable items, hack and slash your way through daunting adversaries, and master the art of movement. And honestly, this game looks so sick, and I cannot wait to try this on Google Stadia. Next up, we have Killer Queen Black from Liquidbit. And if you haven't played this game, it's genuinely awesome. Killer Queen Black is an intense multiplayer action strategy platformer that you can play with up to 8 players. Now, Killer Queen Black coming to Google Stadia was revealed by the ESRB rating boards, and this will be a great arcade game to play with your friends when it arrives on Google Stadia. Up next, we have Pikuniku, which technically this game has been known as coming to Stadia for a while now, but Devolver Digital has finally narrowed down the release date, with Pikuniku arriving on Stadia on February 9th. Now, this next game is technically a DLC expansion, but anyway, let's talk about Everspace Encounters. Encounters will bring brand new characters and quest lines, a new player ship, freight loads of novel equipment, additional enemies, and much more to Everspace. Everspace Encounters is currently listed as coming to Google Stadia thanks to the ESRB rating boards. Now, this next game is probably the biggest one on this list, but let's talk about FIFA. FIFA 21 is finally coming to Google Stadia. In fact, developer EA confirmed that FIFA will be launching on Google Stadia on March 17th of 2021. FIFA 21 is the premier football video game and is probably one of the most in-demand games among the Google Stadia player base. And speaking of football, we have another football game to look forward to, Street Power Football from SFL Interactive and Maximum Games. Now, Street Power Football is a fun, high-energy arcade-style football experience in which you will play football, or soccer for us Americans, in a 3v3 match striving to become the next Street King. Street Power Football is currently listed on the ESRB rating boards as coming to Google Stadia. 100 Days from Broken Arm Games is a new wine-making simulator. 100 Days allows players to experience the wine-making process like never before, from choosing your vines and grapes, analyzing the soil, selecting the yeast for fermentation, and creating a sales network to sell your wine. 100 Days was confirmed as coming to Google Stadia by the developer on Twitter, with the game releasing on May 13th. Next up, let's talk about Sky Climbers from developer Paratope. Sky Climbers is an open-world RPG game where players can choose from 3 classes of characters to play as, along with having the ability to tame animals. Now, we probably should clarify, Sky Climbers currently has a Kickstarter to assist in the funding of the game, but the developer has confirmed on Twitter that the game will be coming to Google Stadia. And our final game is Judgment from Sega. Judgment is an action-adventure game and a spin-off from the Yakuza series. Now, the original Judgment game was released in 2018, but Judgment Remastered was announced by Sega on Twitter as coming to Google Stadia on April 23rd of 2021. And all of these games look like so much fun, and I cannot wait to check them out. But remember, we also have games like Monster Jam 2 Steel Titans, Humankind, Ark Survival Evolved, Chorus, Dirt 5, Disco Elysium, the Mafia series, Kazi and the Wild Masks, Outriders, and Riders Republic. And quite frankly, that doesn't even include the 80+ Ubisoft games that will be available through the expansion of new games coming to Ubisoft Plus. But out of all of these new games announced, which one has you the most excited? Let me know which game you're looking forward to playing in the comment section down below. Hey, thanks again for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw and you want to see more content just like it, which who wouldn't, hit the subscribe button right there. And while you're down there, hit the like button. Maybe even consider becoming a Nerf Report best friend, just like the people listed down below did. In fact, don't you want to see your name there? I know I do.